everyone, it's Carly and Nat here from Brain Spots and Bubbles, where we discuss all things related to the mind-body connection.
And today we're talking about journaling. It's we're 2-3 weeks into the new year, into 2020, and this is kind of the time where we start to slide away from the intentions and the goals and the resolutions that we made, if we made any. So we're going to talk about journaling.
Yeah, so as a way to kind of check in and to keep ourselves on track, journaling can be a really effective way to do that. Also, just an effective way to let out some of our thoughts and feelings, especially if we feel like we can't maybe express them in other ways.
There's something really powerful about like writing something down too. I think like there's something very therapeutic or cathartic about writing it down.
Yeah, absolutely. It's getting it out onto the page.
Yes.
And also there's something cathartic, I guess, too, about reading it back to yourself, right, and seeing it written down. So Nat and I were just talking about how there's lots of different ways to journal, because some people think like, well, I'd rather do anything else other than journal, which I kind of get. So we wanted to kind of talk about the idea that journaling can look like anything depending on what your interests are. Yes. So for me, my journal looks more like just a list, like very bullet.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Yeah, mine's very similar. I swear there's only water in here.
It's true.
My journal is, I've got a little system, and we'll kind of talk to you guys about the system, but it includes gratitude, my goals, my like intentions, my daily intentions for the year, that I've set for myself. And then after I do those, I'll just write out any thoughts I have. I'm trying to get into a better habit too of writing stuff that I did well, or successes that I had. Even if like find one thing that I was super successful at, or a huge win, or whatever win that was that day. Even if it was like, I didn't press snooze. And I pressed it a lot.
Impressive, actually, so I get it.
Yeah, something like that. Any win that you can find.
Yeah.
I find I'm working on.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
So we did some brainstorming. So we also came up with like, if you're a musician or have any kind of musical talent, you could always journal in the form of like lyrics or a song. If you're an artist, you could sketch something or paint something or sculpt something.
That sounds so nice and romantic.
Sculpt
your feelings. I picture us, when you say that, like the scene in Ghost, like you and me, like I'm Patrick Swayze.
Can we do that later? That'll be our journal for the day.
Yeah. But I feel like I'm so sorry if you're a sculptor. Like we want to see what you sculpt, like because that would be amazing. We're very jealous that you have that artistic ability. We don't.
But I think that, so those are just some examples, but even like, because I think the whole point of journaling is just to process and reflect, right? And you can really do that in whatever way works for you. Even if it's like, I do a yoga practice to kind of work through some of those things. Like it can look like anything. Obviously the whole idea of a journal is to write it down, but we don't want people to feel like, oh, just because I don't like writing, I therefore can't journal.
Yes.
So just some ideas for you, but I'm sure you can go
do something easy that's consistent. Sculpt us. Like make an ice sculpture. But do something that you're gonna be consistent at. So if you're like, I'm not like a dear diary, like this happened today, like that is not my thing. I am a bullet point kind of gal. And I just list it out, and then just something that you can stay consistent with. Make a promise to yourself. So if you're like, that seems like so much time that I need to commit to this new goal, then maybe it's just one thing. Maybe it's just your gratitude. Gratitude, I know, writing it down, I know it sounds kooky, but seriously, you can't be upset and thankful at the same time, and grateful at the same time. So if you're stuck in a feeling, then it's definitely something that I do. So we have a process that you don't have to follow, but this is a great kind of guideline. So when I journal, I do 3 to 5 things that I'm grateful for, and be specific. Don't just say, maybe just don't say like my partner. What specifically are you grateful for that day? Was it that your partner cooked you dinner? Was it something specific? There was actually a study done, and I'll see if I can link here, that people who were more specific in their gratitude were happier.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah. I don't know how they scaled that, but that was the results. So 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for, being specific. We do 5 goals, like long-term goals or dreams. And then an intention, at least an intention. So whether it's a feeling or emotion, again, but get specific. Right now, my intentions are like my daily intentions and goals. So if things overlap, that's totally cool. So for example, meditation. I've got meditation. I've got like a work goal in there. And then I've got, I'm learning Italian right now. Did I tell you that?
No.
I didn't tell you that.
Holy crap, my intentions are looking a little sparse right
They're
now.
all different. Don't compare your intentions to ours. We're not comparing our intentions to one another.
Yeah, I'm actually learning a button.
Okay. Learning Mandarin. So yeah, your intentions. So those are like mine. So if I have maybe a work, a personal one, whatever they are, okay? And so yeah, I'm learning Italian. So it's honestly 10 minutes a day I spend on my Italian app.
We're gonna quiz her in a month from now and see where she's at.
Ragazza is a girl.
Oh!
La donna is the woman.
Oh, see, look at her go.
Thank you. Their masculine, feminine really get me though. Anywho, and I'm a checklist kind of person, I really like crossing things off or checking things off. So I'll do that journaling at the beginning of the day, and then it feels really good to kind of check off what I've done. And just seeing it, and if you've done it or if you haven't, it's a good reminder to get it done. So if I'm like at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, I didn't do my Italian lesson, it's a good little push to make sure you get it done versus like, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow becomes the next day and the next day. And then it's 2021 and I don't know Italian.
That won't happen.
Yeah.
So follow whatever guidelines you like, but I think that's a really good kind of framework.
I'll list them too.
Yeah, and checking in kind of where you're at for your goals for the year. But yeah, being kind to yourself. And really it's a way to help motivate and process, not a way to feel bad about yourself. So let us know how it goes, or if you have any ideas, you can always share it with us.
Yeah. If you have systems in your journal, let me know, because I want them too. I want to use them.
Me too. Awesome. Well, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cheers.